The time has arrived for me to say goodbye to my beloved camper van, but I couldn't say goodbye without one last adventure. And where better to go than to return to where it all began. As this is my last stealth camp in this van, I figured I'd come back to the very spot, well it's not the very spot because I couldn't get the same spot, but I thought I'd come back to the same beach where I had my first camp out in this van. Now unfortunately my normal spot was absolutely rammed, but there is another car park which I've parked in now, which is literally right on the beach. The reason why I don't normally park in this one because it's a little bit too close to the bar. The bar's right there. And sometimes, you know, I like it to be nice and quiet, especially when there's loud music playing and things. You know, when I'm recording these videos, I can't have pumping beats going on next to me. And it's not very peaceful for me either. Also, I can sit here with my doors open, but it's still right on this walkway where people can walk past at any point. But before we get all set up and ready for the night, I think we should go for a little wander on the beach because it's far too hot to just sit in the van. I thought all the kids went back to school like months ago, but it is a Saturday. It just seems very busy.
Take me to the ruins, aquifers and springs, baby ferns uncurling, every living thing.
See now, normally I park up here. That's normally my prime time spot. But, you know, I didn't take into account that it's a weekend, the sun's out, and it's very warm at the moment. But then I also thought maybe I could park up here where these vans are, but I'm not 100% sure if you can park there for 24 hours. But I do know that where I am parked, it's £12 for 24 hours, which is exactly the same as the other car park anyway, so I'm sure it'll be fine. I spent a few minutes watching the surf, watching the tiny waves roll in. I told myself it wouldn't be worth getting wet for such small waves. But it is quite hot today, and look how much fun they all seem to be having. Right, even though the waves look tiny, I'm still going to go in for a surf. It's fairly clean, they're about probably 2 to 3 foot out there. I haven't got the right board with me to even catch waves like that, but when you see other people out there catching waves, you can't just sit back and watch if you've got all the stuff to get in the water. So quick surf, and it'll help me cool down as well because I am sweating. You see, it's not huge, but it'll do. That's what she said. And after a few mediocre waves, I finally got my surfing fix. Alright, so George Foreman, look at that. See, I do keep my stuff clean. Right, let's plug this in. We have lamb cofters for this evening. we're also going to do some peppers and some courgettes, and we're going to have them in some folded flatbreads with some tzatziki. Nice. We're going to do some peppers as well. Put them on there. While that cooks, we're going to try this, which is the non-alcoholic beer for the evening. Beavertown Laser Crush. Alcohol-free IPA. Not bad. Ooh, sticky. Okay, my kebabs are resting because I'd say they're done. My veg is just getting a little bit of the browning. Okay, so here's all my filling. So we want to go flatbread. We want to go kofta in the middle. Bang, a few bits of courgette. A few bits of pepper. Ah, that's hot. Tzatziki. I mean, is that how you pronounce this? Tzatziki. 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 Lovely. Look at that. Ooh. And then the moment of truth. It's not raw. I've got it all over my face. Keep forgetting that this van's a lot smaller than my other van. Now, it's a lot later. It's dark outside. I kind of got sidetracked. I met a subscriber and we've just been chatting about transit vans because he's got a transit. Gareth, nice to meet you. It's now 8:30 and I think I'm going to start getting ready for bed. But before I do, I've got to just quickly talk to you about a new t-shirt design I've got coming out. And it's this one right here. This is my new Love Sundays Go Camping t-shirt. I've called it Go Camping because there's a camper van, there's a no camping sign, and somebody is painting over the N with a G, making it Go Camping. Now, it was just like a little fun idea that I had. I was walking the dog and I thought, do you know what? I have got a really good idea for a t-shirt. It's all hand drawn by me as well. This is a camper van I drew. This sign I drew. I did all, yeah. So, this is it. I've got 50 of them all sat in a box at home, ready to be dispatched. If you do want to get one, you can check it out at my website, lovesundays.uk. But my plan going forward is, even though I'm still going to have my regular merch that will still be on sale on my website, every now and then I'm going to do these limited edition t-shirts. There's only 50 of them. Whenever I get a good idea for a t-shirt, I'll do a design, I'll get them printed, and then I'll just put them on sale. But anyway, now it's time to get the bed ready. I just didn't really want to sleep in it because it's brand new. So this is the t-shirt for tonight. There's my hat. I've been looking for that. Now, I don't know how good a night's sleep I'm going to get tonight. There's pretty much camper vans all around me. The people on that side are sat outside their van just having a few drinks. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but it's not the peace and quiet that I'm normally used to. Ugh. Right, now, before I go to bed, even though it is 10 o'clock and still really noisy outside, I just want to take a minute just to think about this van and think about the pros and cons of giving this van up, really. Now, in an ideal world, I would probably want to keep this van. It's been ideal because you all know how the amount of problems that I've had with the transit. Just having this as a backup so that I can still continue doing my hobbies, still continue to make these videos, and still continue to just do what I need to do. Having this van as a backup for any time that it goes into the garage has been amazing. But I just physically can't afford just to run this van and the transit. I've been running 2 vans now for nearly a year, and it's just financially it's not great. But I am going to be really sad to see this van go. It's silly to think that a vehicle could mean so much to somebody, and you know, I owe a lot to this van. It's given me a lot of freedom. It's given me a lot of good times, and it's given me a lot of memories. And other than a few sort of mechanical issues, like when the alternator went and everything, I had the fan belt snapped as well. Other than that, this van hasn't really missed a beat. I had an issue a little while back with it, sort of when it was driving, it just wasn't really revving past like 3,000 RPM. That was a quick and easy fix. It cost like £250, and all it was a sensor or something that was in the van that someone had installed in the past before I owned it, and they put it up the wrong way, which this is what the garage told me anyway. That had just burnt out, and then it literally made it go into limp mode, like sporadically as well. It didn't ever happen all the time, it would just happen every now and then. 250 quid, that fixed that, and it's never driven better since. So no longer having this van to fall back on as a backup is probably going to be one of the hardest bits about getting rid of it. Can you hear that out there? I'm getting to the point where I'm thinking, do I need to move the van somewhere quieter for the night? I've not been drinking, I'm still on my non-alcoholic beers, so there's no reason why I couldn't just jump in the driver's seat and drive off. But I did pay £12 to stay here, so kind of feel like I should stay. Right, well, they seem to have quietened down, so I'm going to stay here and get some sleep. And I'll see you in the morning. Good night. Good morning. I slept pretty well. We had like a bit of like a thunderstorm in the night. I could hear thunder, and then it was torrential rain. And then I remembered I left my wetsuit hanging on the mirror of the van. So that's not going to be dry, is it? I mean, what a difference a day makes. I mean, it's still early, isn't it? But it looks quite cloudy today. And this would normally be the part of my morning where I would be getting up and making myself a coffee. But I'm not doing that today. Only because I'm meeting my wife and my baby boy at Marazion for breakfast. So I just thought I'd just come down and have a nice little stroll along the beach. Definitely glad I got in the water yesterday when I could, because it's pretty much flat today, so there's no chance of an early morning surf today. For some reason my wife has told me that she's going to bring clothes with her to breakfast, because for some reason what I'm wearing is not good enough. And you know what, that's one of the things that I'm not going to miss about this smaller van, is the space. If I was in my Transit now, I could literally just bring as many clothes as I wanted, and then I've got change of clothes. You know, I could probably have a nice proper wash in the van as well before breakfast. But with the Vivaro, all of my wetsuits and surfboards and snorkel stuff takes priority over clothes and everything else. So if you didn't have all these hobbies that you wanted to do, there's ample storage in there. You can keep all your clothes under the bed. But I just tend not to. Okay, off to Marazion we go. So now I just sit here and wait for my wife to arrive.
And if nobody parks next to me, she can park there. Perfect. Maybe not. That was short-lived.
Hello, Charlie. 20 minutes later, my wife arrived with my change of clothes.
What's up?
And just like that, I'm a different man. What a difference a change of clothes makes, but it's not really a lot I can do about my hair, unfortunately.
The fall is coming, I can feel it. The breeze brings goosebumps to my skin. Tonight the whiskey feels stronger. Gasoline on hidden desires. So I'll throw another log on the fire.
After a huge breakfast at the Godolphin Arms, which I forgot to film, sorry about that, we decided to stretch our legs with a little walk along the beach.
Let it burn.
We've got to show everyone that we do things together because they think I desert you all the time.
You do desert me all the time.
Ready? We're in the sea! There's no way I wasn't going to go in for a paddle. This needs to be higher up, doesn't it? Why is this so high? Has anyone got one of these and they know how it works? Because it needs to be higher, I swear.
Another vice, grab my old lighter. This cigar helps me slow down. Thinking back to all I loved and lost.
I think I could rock this hat.
My heart is full.
It's a new look.
and aching strong. So I'll throw another load on the fire.
Thank you for coming along with me on this little adventure. And if you are looking at getting a van, this one is going to be up for sale soon. So I'll put a link on my socials once it's on. I'm probably going to put it on eBay. Make sure you read the description though, because there's going to be a lot of things I'm going to list on there and a lot of photos of any issues there may be. It drives absolutely fine, but you know, I'd like to be fully transparent with that. Also, thank you to everyone who's bought me a beer through the link in the description. I really appreciate it. And other than that, I'll see you next week. Cheers!